welcome to another Checiegirl Creations DIY video. So today I shall be doing another page in my challenge art journal. This might be my last one for the signature, and the whole point of challenge art journal is to practice like with one medium in each signature so you can like change. And the first signature is Pastels. I started this a while ago, like almost 3 years ago. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. And I started off with some chalk pastels on this page, and then did some oils on this, and I really struggled with this one. I wasn't too used to oils, and I did chalk pastels with this one. Then I did oils for this one. Oh, and this is, by the way, to protect the pages from rubbing together, specifically the chalk pastels, because if you like don't set it with a hairspray or anything, it might rub on the other page. And even if you do set it with a hairspray, sometimes it can rub, especially if you use hairspray. I think it all depends on what kind of hairspray you use. And yeah, so this one is oil pastels. This is recent, so I can link that in the iCard in the top right hand corner. And this is the first time I've used oil pastels and it worked, so I was really happy with the outcome of this one. And then this one is chalk pastels. Again, this is recent. Oh, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, I'm hoping you can, when I took off that protective sheet, this is greaseproof paper, by the way, you can use wax paper, anything slippery that won't smudge, this most importantly, has rubbed onto this page. So I'm just going to use a rubber to just kind of get off that remainder. And like sometimes as well, when I was doing this video, I touched the page with my like chalky fingers, so it kind of rubbed off. So I'm going to put that back on. I'll put it off. I just want to take the signature off though, because it's just easier for me to create without this signature being in the journal, because sometimes the cover folds up a little bit and it can be a bit wobbly. I'm just going to put that back on there. So yeah, so today I'm going to use oil pastels again. I'm thinking I want to do like a oh, what's the word? Like a kind of cityscape, going like landscape. So I'll have it like this. I'm going to put this aside. And I could time myself, but I think I'm just going to go a little bit easier myself, just because I'm not used to oils just yet, so I'm still experimenting and everything. And the oils I have, the oil pastels, sorry, this one is from WH Smith. I think this is quite old, to be honest. My friend gave me this one, and I think she had had it for a while, and she as well didn't get on with oil pastels, so which is why she gave it to me. And I just have like a rainbow of colour there. And then this one is from Tiger, or Flying Tiger. It's called Flying Tiger now. And I haven't really used this one. This came in like a Christmas or birthday present. And then these are by Sea White of Brighton, and I haven't used these. I just haven't had cause to use such small oil pastels, and since I hadn't used them much, because I didn't really get along with them at first, I haven't gone into this one, but I'll have it there just in case. So I'll leave it open actually. Yeah, so I'll have the video on fast forward, but I will have a voiceover so that you know what's going on. And the one I did with like the face, this one, I used just these. I didn't have cause to use any others because it was quite scribbly, but the cityscape might need a little bit more detail, so I might have to open up these. So I will put this into fast forward mode, and I will see you at the end of the video. Okay, so first I'm just going to put in the shapes of the buildings I want. And I'm going to use the pencil first. It's really light, but don't worry, I'm going to go in with the oil pastels in a second. And I've put in a few like different shapes in there just to make it look a little bit more interesting, and I'm just marking those now with the black oil pastel just so I can see everything clearly. So the first building, I am going to use the dark blue first to map out like the windows. I'm going to use like the yellow to show as if the lights are on, and then I'm going to bring in some red. And many of these buildings, all of these buildings will be very multicolored. I just thought I would just make this page very bright. So I'm just keep on going back and forth. Like the yellow, I'm adding some highlights and stuff, and like the red I used in some kind of shaded areas. And the blue just finished off the detail for me there. And this building now, first I started off with making the windows, like around the windows, purple. And again, filling it in with yellow. All the windows will be filled in with yellow. And I'm adding some shading now with the same purple. And then I thought I would make the building green. So I'm going in with a dark green, mostly around the shaded areas, because I will come in with the light green to fill everything together and blend it. And then I'm also going to edge that with some purple. I felt as if there wasn't enough purple, so I added some more. And I'm going to finish that off with some black around the edges. And I'm just adding a couple more details there as well, and a bit more yellow to brighten things up a little bit more. And whenever you use light colored oil pastels over dark colors, you can just wipe it off on a scrap piece of paper, which you'll see me doing throughout the video, so that when I want to have a nice bright yellow again, it will be. So it's really nice and easy to clean off. And again, this building I've started off with blue and black this time, and I will come in with a couple more colors. I didn't want any of the buildings to look as if I had repeated like the color scheme, so I tried to change it up as much as possible with each building. So I'm going in with some purple, and you can see this building would be mostly glass like the first building I started off with, so there's more window than anything else. And this one, I went in, started off with the light blue and some orange. I found that I was actually able to make a kind of grayish color, which was nice. It was nice to have some kind of neutral colors thrown in there just because everything was so bright. So when I went over the orange with the blue, it kind of went a bit grayish because like blue and orange are opposite on the color wheel, so it would create a kind of muddy color. It created quite a nice color actually. And again, adding some details in the windows. And I keep on going in again with the yellow just to brighten up the windows, because once I put in all those shadings and details, sometimes it can get covered up a little bit, so I have to go in there and add a little bit more yellow. So this one, I realized I hadn't really brought in that much red just yet, so I thought I would make this building have a lot of red in it. And I also wanted some purple in this one as well. So I'm doing like a lot of the building with purple in it, and then I'll go in and add some more red. And this building, it took a while. I had to keep on going back and forth until I was like happy with how it looked, but it all sorted itself out after a while. I had to add quite a bit of like red and more purple and just kind of really blend it together. And sometimes going in with the yellow as well to add some highlights does help with like the blending process. And I found the windows just seem a bit like big, so I added those lines in between it just to give it a kind of different style of window. And every now and again I have to keep on going back and adding like the detail back into some of the buildings, especially since I've just done a building next to that first one with like the black. And you can see how like kind of murky that yellow looked is because I didn't clean it off before I went into those windows. So make sure and do that if you want a nice clean look. And I went in with that skin color, and again I'm going to bring in some brown now and blending a little bit more with the skin color and just adding in those like black details. And I thought, because I still wasn't happy with the purple building, I thought I would go and blend it in with like the kind of skin colored one, just to see if that would work out a little bit better. And again, I'm going in with some more dark blue. I did use dark blue a lot with this one. I guess it's just because it was like kind of closest to black. So if I didn't want to have too much black, I could like use more dark blue. I'm going in with red with this one as well. And some green as well. And at this point, I was liking how it was going, but I was not too sure like how I wanted the sky. And like the buildings look too bright next to that white. So you'll see how I fix that once I finish this building. Well, I will have to add some more like details and stuff to the building because some of it was lost when I was adding the color. And this one that I'm doing now is one of my favorites as well. I think I prefer the ones where there's like more windows than there is building. It looks a bit more like a skyscraper. And I really liked how this one turned out. Okay, so now I'm just kind of edging some of the page with the black. And I'm going in with the white just to kind of blend and brighten up some areas. And I was still trying to figure out what to do with the sky. And then my mom gave me an idea. She said, why don't you do like meteorites, and it'll be kind of like close to the end. So which is why I call this page Impending Doom. So I'm adding in those meteorites first with some yellow in the middle. And then I'm going to go around with some orange and then some red, like it's like coming through the atmosphere, so it's all on fire and flaming. I'm just trying to keep like that kind of raindrop kind of shape, but really long so that you can see that it's like falling through the sky. And then I'm going to edge it all with black. And I wanted to put these in first before I finished off the sky. So once I do that, I'm just going to add some more yellow as well, just to brighten things up and blend things together. I'll go back and forth a little bit with these meteorites for a little while. Especially just, I wanted it to look as if it was flaming. So I was being quite loose as well when I was doing this, so it would look like flames. And then after that, I'm just going to go around all the buildings with yellow. Not to make it look, I mean, I guess you could kind of say as if it's the buildings on fire, but I just wanted it to look as if all the meteorites falling through the sky are reflecting on all like the glass and stuff on the buildings. So I wanted that kind of bright edge around it. So after I put that yellow, I'm going to go in with that light blue and start like a gradient color. So I'm making sure that the light blue like kind of ends all at the same level, so that it looks right, instead of like making it end at also different points because the buildings are different heights. And once I brought it up to the level I want, I do bring it up a little bit higher than I wanted. Then I put in the dark blue so that it blends, so it doesn't look like it has too much of a hard edge. And then once I do that dark blue, I'll go in with some black at the top, so it could look like it's dusk or dawn or something. So the sun's either setting or rising. And then I'm going to go in with the black, and I'm starting hard at the top, and then I'm bringing it down quite lightly at the bottom. And then I'm going to blend it together with the light blue. And again, I'm going to make sure that I clean off the oil pastel once I'm finished. And I'm also adding some yellow more at the bottom, just to kind of show that maybe the sun's setting or rising. And I felt as if the meteorites were a little bit lost, so I'm adding some more black and stuff around the edges to show a bit more impact. And I was liking how it was going, but I wasn't completely happy with it. I felt as if the meteorites weren't sticking out enough. So once I finish touching up the meteorites, I am going to go in with a blending stub and blend the sky out, which you'll see in a little bit. And with the blending stub, I didn't have any form of medium on it to help it blend, so I just had to press really hard on it and go over a couple times. And you can see that just kind of made the meteorites pop a little bit more. And then I'll just add a few more final touches as well to the meteorites. So that is pretty much it. I will talk to you at the end of the video, so do stick around, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, I'm all done. I'm really happy with it. This went very well as well. I had to use that like blending stub just to kind of get the sky looking a bit different from like the meteorites. And my mum gave me the idea of the meteorites, so thank you. Yeah, because I wasn't sure what to do with the sky afterwards, and she was like, put meteorites in it. So I did. And I was worried that I might ruin it then, but like creating the gradient, maybe saying like it was the sun was rising or it's just setting or something like that. Yeah, so I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to click the bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video. And if you would like to see any more like pastel videos, because I'm not sure if I want to put anything on the back because the back's just so kind of grubby. Yeah, I think I might just stop here and then just finish the signature. So this signature is finished. But if you want to see more pastel videos, I'll happily continue into the next signature with some pastels because I still have a couple left in here. So if you want to say that, please do pop that down in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to like share any creations you make on my Facebook group or tag me on Instagram. And don't forget to check out my mixed media subscription boxes via the links below. They are all on sale. So thank you very much for watching again, and I hope you join me again for another arty video. Bye!